There we go. Yeah, I was ambivalent. I'm like, should I stream? Should I not stream? I said, maybe I'll come on briefly just for myself, me, myself, and I. So I figured, what the hell? And then I realized my camera was off. Then was the thing was I'll just stream briefly for me, myself, and I, because I as almost like a little update of my own existence. My brother and I went back. We used to, I use OBS. I've never streamed with OBS. I'm actually afraid. I don't know how we do that, but I've always used OBS long before it was on YouTube. I've been using it for years now to record screen recordings, and that's what I use to record my shrink. So I've got all these, I keep them in a folder, all these recordings from my shrink. And sometimes my brother and I will sit down, we'll watch them together, comment on them, but it's been a long, long time. So we said, all right, let's go back and pick a video we haven't watched. And we were perusing this one video from over a year ago. It was like August of 2024. And it's like, this is interesting. This is a good one. And it's more of the segue into me, making videos and getting away from the streaming. And it's good. It is good, though, to trim the fat, if you know what I mean. I'm finally getting to the point where it's good to trim the fat and see, this would be a small potato. It was a coffee house, and I wanted to be like a speakeasy, just a back room for the far and few between who want to be here, because I'm trying to get this can. All right, I guess that's good. Okay. So anyway, I'm like, I said to my brother, so we should watch this. I mean, I think I might have said his name or the doctor's name. I don't want you bothering the shrink doctor, but it's amazing how even like over a year ago, I was begging this guy, hey, can I come see you in person? It eventually happened, but it took this past month. So I was telling my brother, we should do like a video, maybe a stream, but a video where we instead of me uploading a shrink session, my brother and I like do a reaction to my own shrink session, and I can fill in details. And if I do it in stream form, you can ask me questions, or I can just make a video and you can leave comments if you're interested. But I can, because I'm like, instead of me uploading a shrink video, I don't think I've ever reviewed one of my own videos. So what the hell? I'll review one of my shrink videos. So I was thinking about doing that. My brother was saying we should do like a walk and talk video, walk and talk. Now the leaves are changing, go in the woods. And I was like, that's a good idea. So it's time to transition more into videos and cutting the fat, because this really is a very small and getting smaller club. For the few of you who want to be here, as I was always hoping by doing this, I wasn't even trying to make friends. What I was trying to do is, if I can inspire anyone, even if someone just came across my videos and said, hey, I don't agree with you on this or that, but I like the points you made here. I never thought of that. This was meant to be more of a me sharing my stories in video. And I've used the streaming as a way to socialize, but also to procrastinate, to put off, to delay. And I guess that's my fault. And I'm still kind of doing that right now. But I guess, these things happen for a reason. Everything comes together just right. And I'm coming to a point where it's like, okay, I'm winding down with this. But I figured I'm not going to start any new projects tonight. And I got to, I call this, what did I call this stream? Saturday Night Lights or some shit. It's actually early morning Sunday, Saturday night into Sunday. So it's about 1:30 here in Jersey. And I just want to come on very, very briefly. Just to my brother and I are watching this, and I'm like, this is a good episode. This is over. And I said, I wonder if had we watched this back then, it was current, maybe it wouldn't have seemed as interesting. But now, like a year plus later, I burned my hand. That bitch at the swimming pool called the police on me. My mother calling the police on me when I burned my hand. I was trying to move them out, and all the disaster. It's a pretty good episode. Maybe I'll do a me responding to my shrink, or not. All right, so what else is going on? I wanted to share that. I was ambivalent, like I said. Ambivalent. Do I want to stream? Well, I think I put up a stream. I said, maybe I'll see how I feel in half an hour. So I set up a stream. But what the hell? Brother Click had the day off, and he was just doing his thing. And I told him that even though we were watching, I said, listen, just have a night off. He's like, we watched that shrink session. He's got to go to work tomorrow. So it was just, it was just me dicking around. And where was I? Yes, I'm thinking about transitioning to more video type stuff. Where was I? Oh, hello. People love watching me when they're bathing. I don't know, is it my face or is it my soothing voice? Something gets them excited. They feel they can clean their naked bodies off better, when they're watching me stream while bathing. So hopefully you'll be clean as a whistle. Oh, interesting. Off-Grid Prosperity, because you got the other one, Off-Grid Live, right? Are you live right now? You got your live channel. I guess this is your alternate channel. Oh. Good to see you off-grid. I think you're the same person, but I just said he's in bed. He's asleep. He's got to work tomorrow. He don't want to stream. I wasn't even going to stream. It is. Yes, I can grow a beard. Yeah, it's the beard. Or is it our two beards together? We ever meet up one day, we got to like, on our hands to our fingers to each other's beards. That'd be fun. We'll compare beards. Well, next time I shave, if you want, next time I shave off, I can put it in a Ziploc bag and mail it to you. And you can have my stubble and do whatever you want with it. Well, maybe you should be, Endymion. Maybe you should be. Yes, your main channel. Okay. So he only ever comes here on his live channel, that account. We have the privilege of seeing Off Grid with his main Prosperity channel. Okay. No, like I said, I was in building. I wanted to come on because, but watching this thing with my brother, I'm like, yeah, maybe I should do a project now, but I don't really feel like it. He and I said, when you're more awake, we'll sit down, we'll just do a video. Me on Shrink on me, or whatever. But yeah, so we're trimming the fat, if you catch my drift. Why is this mouse? All right. So I think we're winding down already. Can't think of much more else to say. I'm glad Off-Grid Prosperity is taking a bath. And I'm glad Endymion is not taking a bath. And now what else is going on? Let's see here. No, I think that was it. Well, actually, if you want, here, where was it? Give me a sec. I wasn't going to panel, but I didn't put a link just in case someone was ambitious. And since you're here, hold on. You don't need a special account. Just click that link, Laffy, and we can restart with you talking to me. How's that sound? You can come on. It's just for you, Laffy. I think we're supposed to. When's daylight savings time? So we're supposed to fall back. Is it Saturday, Sunday? We're going through a transition here. I need a job. I need money coming in. Got to pay the rent. It's the end of the month again. Christ. Anyway, if you don't click on that link, it's time to say goodbye. I only stream for you, Laffy. I stream because I want to talk to you. And if you don't want to come on and talk to me, then there's no need for either of us to be here. So make yourself useful or shut up. Here, I will give you precisely 60 seconds to think about it. Oh, we're back. Where was I? Yes, I agree with Rafterman. Go on for a few minutes or shut up. All right. Yeah, I want it was like a 50-50, but it's good inspiration. We're watching this video. I'm like, this is actually a better episode of my Shrink from August of last year. This is 14 months ago. I'm like, and this actually, if I play this, I like this episode. If I comment while playing it, I can address things and talk about my life, and maybe it'll help me tell my stories better. So my Shrink knows all my stories, and I want to share them with you, but it's so hard to just get myself motivated to do. You know what I mean? Anyway, I think a great motivation would be Laffy. Here you go, Laffy. There you go. Motivate me. If this channel fails, it's all on you, Laffy. Maybe you secretly want me to fail. I don't know. Excuse me. I had a few drinks, not too much. My brother got some pizza, so I had a couple of slices of pepperoni and one of what do you call it? I think it was sausage. I still have my sausages. We're eating sausages that I put on the grill. We still have some left to nuke. Those are more of like a treat. It's not really a meal in itself anymore. But I don't know. I just figured, what the hell? I get like November, we're gonna fall back. I don't want to be one of these people who goes by the calendar, but hey, if we're a new month and fall back, I get my shit together. And before I do, I want to talk to Laffy. My last hurrah before I get my shit back together. I'd like to talk to Laffy. Like I said, trying to trim the fat here. Maybe Laffy is one of the fats that needs to be trimmed. We don't know. But came on briefly. Like I said, again, it's kind of an inspiration. My brother, I'm like, dude, we should sit down and like do like a response video to my shrink, and we can interject. Then again, I don't know, just something different. Instead of me just uploading a shrink session, me actually commenting in real time on my shrink session. Don't know if that would be a stream or a video. I don't know. All right. Wow. I think we're winding down. It's been a good 13 minutes or so. We're yeah, where's Laffy? I'm not responding to anyone until Laffy responds to me. Because really, all right, I'll give you 30 seconds, and maybe I'll just end this. Charge that up. Has anything changed? Forget Laffy, he's a troll. Probably. But he should put his money where his mouth is. Where, just a brief little dick around. I got nothing tonight. I made this response video to a couple people, and I enjoyed it. One of my better streams, but it didn't seem to resonate. This is just some bullshit stream, and already it's more entertaining watching me stare around saying Laffy, come on. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. We got to trim the fat, I say. We got to trim the fat from these stupid channels. Make this more of a speakeasy. Even the coffee house is getting too big for me. But is there anything else? Anything else we want to discuss or ask me, or should we call it now? That's the computer or the mouse. Every time I go to scroll, it's like there's a delay with the pointer. I don't like that. That's bugging me. Okay. Yes. I guess so. I already shared what I wanted to share. I like the idea. I was thinking, do I do it as a stream or just do it as a video? Let me try a video first. And if it's enjoyable, we can do it as a stream. Yeah, I'll do like a response. Instead of just uploading a shrink video, I'll do like me responding to the shrink video. Because it's fascinating seeing stuff from like a year ago. And that's about it. That's really all I had to say. And then the next step was for Laffy to do his part, but he can't do his part. So Laffy is the problem here. If Laffy won't come on, there's no point in streaming. I made this stream because Laffy told me he was going to stream, and he said, "Oh, I got to wait 24 hours. I guess he'd never streamed before." So I said, "Okay, Laffy, I'll do a stream if you come on." He said, "Okay." And where'd you go? My feelings are hurt. Okay. Well. All right. Do I read a poem? Is it poem time already? Let's find a poem. You just said he was a troll. I agree, we need fresh meat. You just said he was a troll. I'm trying to trim the fat on that fresh meat. And StreamYard changed things around again. Give me a sec. Hold on. Where's this? That wouldn't be fresh meat, would it? Denmark guy, that wouldn't be fresh meat. I've talked to him the past 5 streams here, man. Well, that's okay. You can still come on in the bath. Horsehead did it that one time. It was super sexy. Ah, Laffy. He's a joke. He'll get banned in a moment. I've never banned anyone, but maybe Laffy would be my first ban. That'd be fun. All part of what I call trimming the fat. Get out of the tub. Put your towel on, Laffer. We're gonna laugh. We won't laugh, we promise. I've said what I want to say. I like the idea of taking one of my old shrink videos from a year ago and actually doing like, where I, because I did that with the stream I was commenting on someone else's stream. Or someone else's video. I should comment on my own videos. I think that would be interesting. I said, Brother Click, you should join me because you can interject. Brother Click, we were watching it. Brother Click's like, well, you didn't mention this. And I said, okay, listen, I disagree with you, but fair point. So it's not so one-sided. Why don't we can like comment together? Because it's me talking to my shrink and well, yeah, you're right about this and that X, Y, Z, but you forgot to mention W where you did this. I'm like, well, you should say So yes. No, you won't. It's my channel. If it goes down, that's life. So go ahead. Come on. Well, I don't think Cassandra's coming around anymore. That really, Cassandra reminded me very much of like my mother or my sister. They'll gaslight, they'll play games. We can even mention that. I guess me saying, oh, you play keyboard. That's cool. Come on and play keyboard. That really touched some kind of weird nerve where she started spinning. You told me I'd have to come on and sing. I never said that. I said, well, maybe you can come on. You can do a little singing. It would be fun. She turned into this big thing. So I think she was looking for an out. Like my sister, like they want to create drama instead of just saying, hi, I want to take a break or I'm not feeling here anymore. They create drama. So I think Cassandra's gone. So good riddance. It's part of what I call trimming the fat. Trimming the fat. So the fat can go bye-bye. We can trim it out, Okay, you're talking amongst yourselves. That's great. No, I'm trimming the fat. Laffy, you can join the fat that I'm trimming. So, all I have here tonight is fat to trim. I thought, I should go for a walk in the woods. My brother's like, we should do a walk and talk. I'll repeat it again. A walk and talk. Now that the leaves are in their fall, autumnal glory. What day is he off? I think he's going to be off next. Because he's got to work on Monday because someone's on vacation. So I think he's off Friday, I think. So maybe, or on Halloween itself. Yeah, Friday is Halloween. We'll go for a walk in the woods on Halloween and just talk about, pertinent things. So we're getting some ideas. And then my brother's like, and then a few weeks later, because it's really quick. You get that autumnal glory, the beautiful changing leaves, and like 2 weeks later, trees are totally barren. The winds blow, and the leaves die, and they fight. So we'll do a second walk in a few weeks. But I'm thinking about ideas. I want to stop doing this. I want to trim the fat. I should have called this trim the fat. Now, I remember a few years back, I forget what year this was. Was it 3 years ago? It was after my father's stroke. He and I moved back in here, and trick-or-treating was over. And my brother and I were like, let's go for a little walk. We went for a walk. It was after hours. It wasn't too late. And there was it was an Indian guy, a curry. He saw us. And he was wearing like this. He was walking his dog, and he had this like coal miner, like one of those lights. And it was obvious he was looking at us because the light was flashed right on us. And apparently he went home and he called the police. Oh, there are these people walking down the street. And like the cops came up, and I said to the cop, I said, well, we think we saw the guy. He can go for a walk, but we can't. And this fucking asshole was probably in fucking India less than 10 years ago. We were being invaded. It's disgusting. Thank you for reminding me. More fat to trim. More fat to trim. Where's the... I go for a daytime walk so you can actually see the fucking falling leaves. But all right, so I think we're winding down. I think we talked about. I like to go for a Halloween walk or like a woods walk and talk. I like to start reviewing my own videos. I want to transition away. We got fat to trim. If Laffy wants to be part of the fat we trim off, that's cool. Because I reached the point. I was telling in this video. I was telling my shrink like a year ago. Like, my shrink was like, "Oh, yes, I'm stimming right now. It feels nice going back and forth. I'm stimming." My shrink was all like, "Oh, why don't you? Why are you being?" And I said, "Listen, in my younger days, I was nice. I followed the rules, and I got nothing for it. It's like, picture someone who's gay and they haven't come to terms with it, or picture someone who's dyslexic but they're in denial about it, or someone who's schizophrenic and they're hearing voices. At some point, we got to embrace what we are." I said, "I'm going to embrace being a fucking spurg. So hey, fuck it." And even on this channel, it's been a long process of embracing being a spurg. And thank you for the help on the way here, but now it might be time to trim some fat. Anything else? Have we accomplished everything? Oh, hey. David Lee Rothschild. I like that name. Always like that name. Clever name. We don't know who this is. Some people say chicken dinner, but he says he's not chicken dinner. I don't know. Nice to see you, David Lee Rothschild. No, we can't do an open panel. Laffy won't come on, therefore no one can come on. It's either Laffy or no one. Until Laffy agrees, no one else is allowed to come on. So if you want a panel, talk to Laffy. Laffy's letting us down here. Now, I'm not going to repeat myself, and this wasn't a very long stream. You can always go back and watch later. Hey, Mahosh Trahosh. Good, good to see you again. Where have you been? JT's been on enough. It's your turn to come on. You do your part. I know. It's never when you're not here, it's just different. Go back and look at my last several hundred streams. They're all shit because you weren't here without you. If I can't have you, I don't want nobody, baby. If I can't have you, if I can't have you, Mahosh Trashosh, baby. Now, you've been on like 2 or 3 times. It's always a disaster. And it's getting more disastrous. You can come on again after Laffy comes on. How's that? I'll make a deal. You can come on when Laffy comes on. But Laffy has to come on first. Fine. He can come on voice only. David Rothschild. He's not chicken dinner. Okay, well, it's nice to meet you, David Lee Rothschild. You might not even know who Chicken Dinner is. Other people were saying, I think that's Chicken Dinner. And like, Chicken Dinner is notorious for changing his name dramatically and wildly. He's had many different aliases. So I guess whenever a new name pops up, people assume it must be Chicken Dinner under a new alias. So, yes, this is gay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank God. See, Donna, that's what I'm talking about, trimming the fat. One down, thank God, because we don't need people like him here. Some of you might be fat on the trimming block. We don't know. Cassandra has definitely proven herself. It's like who cares? If she wants to leave, she can leave. Like she doesn't have to create this drama over a fucking keyboard. So yes, trimming the fat. So JT's gone. Who cares? Let the people fall off the way. This is like good. This is part of trimming the fat, is seeing who the fat is and who needs to get trimmed off. Okay. Okay, good. Going well. Have you guys seen the 30-second timer yet? Let me share it with you. Well, if you're Chicken Dinner, then come on, because Chicken Dinner's been on before. We know what you look like, so come on, prove it. Don't be afraid, Chicken Dinner. If you're really Chicken Dinner, As you would know, Chicken Dinner, you've been on before. We know what you look like, so prove it, Chicken Dinner. Who cares? More fat gone, thank God. Trimming the fat. Okay. So is that it? Laffy's not going to come on, and there's nothing else to talk about, really. I've shared what I wanted to share. And the stream it's not even half an hour, so if you miss something, you can always rewind back. This isn't, super arduous. Yeah. Now what else? You're talking amongst yourselves. You have fun. What else can you do? I was thinking about. I think I have guitar strings somewhere. I think I gotta buy more. I have one set somewhere. So should I look for it and restring my guitar and strum a couple chords? I could. I'm just too fucking lazy to do much anything anymore. It's because we're trimming fat here. Fat is being trimmed. Anyway, I was thinking about, strumming up a guitar. Hey, Chris Dubs. Good to see you again. You're a nice guy. Also, we're wondering why you didn't just come on, man. I really want a panel, but I want Laffy. It's my goal now is no panel till Laffy shows up. Well, the trimming process, it isn't like I have a list of people to trim. We see who the fat is and we trim it accordingly. So it's like who is and who isn't, we don't know yet. It's a process of trimming fat. No one is necessarily exempt. The cream, what's it called? Or a cream will float to the top, whatever the fucking saying is. So we'll see what is and isn't. Yes, that's another thing. That's why I want to transition away from this crap. That's why I want to speak easy, not a coffee house anymore. I want to speak easy. Only for the select few who actually want to be here. Not this nonsense. JT doesn't really want to be here. He just wants to cause problems. Laffy clearly doesn't want to be here because he won't come on. So this is all part of the trimming of the fat, seeing who the fat is. Everyone else, the verdict's still not out yet, or still out, or whatever. But I do like this dude. I don't think I ever retired him. Chris Dubs, nice guy. Probably the only. Oh my God. Let's not go down. Let's not go down this road anymore. Once upon a time, one asshole brought in a bunch of his cronies, and the only one I actually liked was Chris Dubs. So it's good to see you, Dubs. Yeah, I need to job me on my Rio. So yes, David Lee Rothschild. Yes, I'm still jobbing. I need something. I'll do whatever. Okay. Productive. You're quite welcome. Again, this whole stream is just me sharing a few ideas and Laffy. So if I'm done saying my piece, where the hell's fucking Laffy? If Laffy doesn't want to come on, he's just fat to be trimmed. It's different for each person, but for you, if you don't want to come on right now on my panel, you are fat to be trimmed, in my opinion. Does that answer your question, Laffy? Don't worry about the others. People might get trimmed for different reasons. In your case, you're being trimmed for not wanting to come on. Trimming the fat stream. Yeah, exactly. Laffy, what's trimming the fat mean? So you're being disingenuous. Laffy is the fat. Right now, he's the fattest person here, metaphorically speaking. Well, trimming can mean different things. I guess it couldn't tell banning. It's more like seeing who really is interested in being here and who's just like, this is a social hangout. I want to like narrow this down to a speakeasy, not, the clubhouse has gotten too big for me. I want to get away from the streaming and do my videos, but I thought this would be able to see who, okay, well, I might, or maybe I'll do private streams and make them public for those who want to watch. It's all part of seeing, who's just a freaking, who's just here for a good time and not really much of anything productive and that sort of thing. Because I'm not really, more and more, I've had my fun. I'm not fit for this shit. So trimming the fat can mean different things. First, I got to figure out who and what is the fat. Get out now and put the towel on. It's time to go. Okay. It was good. There are really no shoes to fill here. And quite frankly, what I want to do is get away from just streaming for the hell of it. I want to get more into, like, streaming with a purpose, or telling my stories. My real life stories, things that really happened to me. Not quote unquote. Excuse me, I had to sneeze there. Hope that wasn't anything too. I should have hit the timer before I sneezed. Hope that wasn't anything too unpleasant. Plus, I need another beer anyway. So. No, I want to I keep talking about it. I want to make the videos and do these. I'm not gonna. It's gonna be like a transitional. Maybe start doing like streams or like response videos to shrink sessions, and then ease my way in. But yes. Those who don't want to participate, or those who want to accuse me of being, telling tall tales. Well, those folks are part of the fat that need to be trimmed. That's all. I'm just putting it just a broad, vague, definition. But thank you. Yes, I sneezed. Thank you. Hope that wasn't too disgusting. I should have covered up. Yeah, I don't feel sick, but I've had like the sniffles lately. I don't know if I don't know, change of the weather. I don't know. Well, I'm sorry. I was trying to hit. I had to sneeze. The sneeze came before I could hit the 30-second timer. Okay, so it happens sometimes. Again, those who can't handle that might be part of the fat that needs to be trimmed. No. I've always said people are welcome. I just want people who really want to be here, not these sillies. Like I keep, Now, what else was going on? Let's see. And my brother even said, he said, some of these people. I said to him, I repeat myself. Because people don't pay attention. They say the same. They ask me stupid questions, or they totally, they take what I said and they don't. It's like they're not paying attention. And my brother said, well, some people are simpletons, and even when you make it simple for them, they still don't get it. I said, yeah, I'm getting tired of dealing with simpletons, so maybe it's time to transition. Oof. But it is what it is. It's all part of the process. I think I'd make a good NEET if the government, paid for it. That's a good skill. I don't think I'm very good at streaming, but maybe you do if you're here. I like to drink. I'm good at drinking. I like to drive, but these driver jobs. That's one thing. When I was watching this, it's so fascinating. When I was watching this one session from shrink session from a year, and it was August of last year, 14 months ago. You were seeing the crowd. This was before the behemoth threatened me. But even before that happened, I was talking about the boss is an asshole. And my shrink was asking me, do you still have your job there? And I said, yeah. So I couldn't foresee what was going to happen in the upcoming week. So it's fascinating how even before all that, like I've told you, I've told my shrink after the fact, the boss man never liked me. It's not just the behemoth threatening me. It's the boss man didn't like me. And so this is like a time capsule. Before the behemoth threatened me and I ended up calling the police, before all that, the boss man was already angling for me. And my shrink was asking me, do you still have your job? Have you alienated yourself yet? And this fucker doesn't think I deserve SSDI, piece of shit. Not exactly. I want to do reaction to my own stuff. I've uploaded, maybe don't watch them. I've uploaded videos of me talking to my shrink. I'd like to upload those videos, only this time, I'll do a shrink session where you see me now commenting on the video of me talking to my shrink. More reaction to my own stuff. I think people might not get what I'm saying. That's fine. I'm not going to overly elaborate. It's all part of the trimming of the fat process. Now, what else? That's funny. Last October, I had to paint the garage doors because they were, all in disrepair, and the landlord wanted me to paint them, and I did, and it came out okay. But I still have like some of the, not the tools, but like the, what do you call it? The thing you put the roller paint in. It's been a year. I just let them sitting outside because I have no motivation. Congratulations. Yes, yes. So I'm wondering, do I do it as a video or do I do it during stream? Pull up the video during stream, pause, talk about it, and if people have questions they can ask. I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I mean, nothing will change. I'll just do another fucking stream where I'm drunk and rambling and not about nothing. I don't know, but this feeling of change, Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night where the children of tomorrow dream away with the wind of change. The wind of change. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night where the children of tomorrow dream away. Okay, where's Laffy? Yes, maybe. Yeah, let me try both. Maybe I'll do a reaction video, and then if it goes well, I'll try a reaction stream. We'll see. Now, where's Laffy? Why has he disappeared? This is the longest bath. How long does it take him to bathe himself? Okay, this was like what time is it? This was like 10 minutes ago, and you're already in the bath, so you should be done by now. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night. Wind of change. And we're back. And yeah, I did say if we're winding down with grilling for sure, but if my brother and I do manage to do last couple grills, I said I will stream every grill of this season. So any more grilling I do, I'm not going to be grilling in December. If I do get some grilling in this last week of October, early November, if we get a nice mild day and we're up early and we're both awake and we have plenty of sunlight, I will stream any grills I do for this season till I quit grilling till next year. So I will stream any of my grills. What are your hobbies besides drinking beer? Well, I think that's part of the problem. I don't really have any. And I'm like, I can't bring myself to do because of all the anxiety, the destruction, the snowball effect. It's like I'm like a different person now. I can't, nothing interests me. Of course, my shrink doesn't think I have depression. I mean, What about you, David Lee Rothschild? What are your hobbies? I guess you could say this is a hobby of sorts. I'm here online talking to you right now. This is kind of a hobby. Hobby streaming, I guess. Yeah, I would argue this is a hobby. Yeah, it's a hobby. I've been feeling this way. Where have you been? Again, it's all part of trimming the fat. But anyway, yeah, again, like if I got to repeat myself for people, it's like, so go down to a speakeasy. Speakeasy. I'll speak nice and easy. I don't know if you know what a speakeasy is. It's an American term dating back to the Prohibition era. I'm not going to explain it to you. This is a coffee house. I want to go to a speakeasy. Anyway. Yes, I'm well aware, but I don't think you're depressed. I don't think you're spurred. I think you're. You know what? Is that supposed to be a joke? Because, we can give you a nice timeout if you want. I like to vape. Couldn't imagine. Like I was telling my, they say with ADHD or ADD or whatever, people who have that need stimulants, and oftentimes alcohol or for some marijuana, for some coffee. I guess for me, the iced teas and the beer, but also the tobacco, the nicotine. It's like, a stimulant and a coping mechanism. It's a coping mechanism for sure. Down to Gorky Park. The song's in my head. It's a good song, but. Okay. I'll have to find some poem to read. Or maybe not. I was playing around with the stream now. What is it? It's like, is it 720 or 480? I guess I'm 420. That's weird. Wind of change. Can't see what that is. Okay, anything else? Have we accomplished all there is to accomplish? Laffy's clearly not coming on. I'm losing interest. It's hard to even do this anymore. You asked me what my hobbies are. This is some kind of hobby or pseudo hobby. Even this has gotten. That's what I'm trying. It's like, oh my God, even my hobbies just seem like a waste of time and don't really accomplish much of anything. Okay. All right, I think I'll skip the poem. I think I'll end it here because there's not much else to talk about. Thank you for joining me. And yeah, we'll trim fat. I was trying to make it a solid hour. That hour rule, but it's like it's getting harder. I'm at 47 minutes. I stick around for another 5-10 minutes, finish my beer, but I have nothing to say anymore. Well, I have stuff I want to say, but not really in this format. This format needs to change. I think that's what I'm getting at. But it is easier to fall back on this, drink a beer, and just ramble than it is to actually do. All tying with my inability to do. That was odd. I'm looking here with you. I can see your comments here in StreamYard, but they're not appearing on YouTube. Okay. I don't know what you did. You're turning into Penny Pounder. That's so weird. Because I can't see any of your comments on YouTube. Huh. In the YouTube chat. But I see them here in this chat. Fascinating. 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 That's great. So you like to watch streams, ride motorcycle. That's nice. You go fishing and feeding wild birds while you're okay. Skiing and snow. Well, that sounds very nice. You sound like you have a very active, healthy life. I'm happy to hear it. Yeah, I see your comment, David, both in YouTube and in StreamYard. The comment prior to yours is this one. I got all these comments that I can't read on YouTube. Are you playing games again? Christ. Okay. Good. Interesting. It's like, I know, stairs. Even when I don't want to believe, I have to believe. My God. See, I know what this is. See, right now I'm getting a square on what's it called? On StreamYards, it can't read this character, so all I see is a box. So I thought, I wonder what that is. So I go to the YouTube, and I can't see any of your comments. I see Donna, I see David Lee Rothschild, I see 24 Hours. I don't see any of yours. So I don't know what you did, but once again with you. Hello, there's nothing to see here 24 Hours. We were trying to get Laffy to come on, but of course he's not coming on, and that's about it. Well, how old are you? Tell me. Can you tell us about yourself? I'm 43. Or I thought you were young for some reason. How old are you, David Lee Rothschild? I don't block anybody. That's fascinating. Let's get some stats. Where are you from? How old are you? Give us a background. I always ask people this. What's your age? What state are you from, or which country you're from? How old are you? White, black, Hispanic? Give us your background. No, he won't come on. He refuses to come on. I said, I don't want to take a panel until someone comes on. Okay. James, I don't know what kind of game you're playing. If you want me to ban you, I can. I don't like banning people, but it's part of the trimming the fat. Okay. When people ask what does fat mean, well, it's like if I can't read your comments on YouTube, you've done something once again. So here. Why don't we give it a temporary trim? That's just weird. I'm looking because I'm seeing some of these boxes. To me, they're just boxes. So I'm like, I wonder what the emoji is. Let me go to YouTube proper. But on YouTube proper, I don't. It's weird. Once again, great. It's the only reason why I'm losing interest in these kinds of streams. It's just silliness now. Silliness. All right, so we've accomplished all there is to accomplish. This is dying. Hold on. Why isn't this? Hold on. There we go. Why isn't this charging up? Hold on. Interesting. Now wait here. Throw that shit out. Hold on. Oh. I got some over here. Oof. Will this work? I think that one burned out because. There we go. Now this is relatively newish, like I hadn't used it, but I was using this. This used to be a port, and you could plug things in, like you can read USBs, external Wi-Fi adapters, and then stuff stopped working, but it was still charging. It was still like, it basically became a glorified charger. But now I guess it burned stuff. I guess this thing just broke. It's just garbage. It burned itself out. I'm sorry, I'm not following. Come up in a minute or two, join suit clubs and diamonds. I don't get it. That's interesting because I can see like when I go to, because there's different things you see on YouTube versus StreamYard. So I see 24 hours. You retracted on YouTube, message retracted. I can still see it here. His government name is Adam Mockler. But it's funny, I can't see any of James's comments on YouTube proper. So, okay, again with him and his bullshit. So yes, to answer your question, Donna, yes, trimming the fat. If this ad's going to be, I'll trim fat. You can go and join Laffy as people who just, what are you doing? Well, no, I want Laffy to come on, man. I want, what's his government name? Adam Mockler. I want Adam Mockler to come on and mock me, man. See, on YouTube, you see that as retracted. I still see it here. I can see all of James's posts here, but I can't see anything on YouTube. So I don't know what he's doing once again with him. But it's fool me once, fool me twice. I've been through this before with others. Okay, Laffy, out of the bath. Okay, so you're actually a couple years. You're like Todd's age. You're 45. So are you? Can I ask? You don't have to have a town. Are you in Oregon or Idaho or can you have to give a state? Are you in Oregon, Idaho? Those Ida fields on the border there. Yeah, 24 hours will come on if Laffy comes on. So yeah, Laffy, come on. We need you. Well, make sure. He's known to do things dramatically, so make sure, because I didn't do anything. I don't know who Koda's is. Koda's son, I don't know. Have I in cast tech? Not really. It's been a while. I think I said you don't have to be like that. You can just, So no, she's again trimming the fat. My sister had to do the same thing. Create pointless drama instead of saying, and some of that came up in the stream because this is the stream about the stream. This with my shrink. This goes back to over like a year ago, and I was saying how my sister, if she didn't want to be in charge, she just said so. I can't trust her. She'll create pointless drama, take something minor and make it a big thing as an excuse, as a justification. You see that with Cassandra too. Well, I don't know either. Enough of this. We're trimming fat here. You want to ask me about fat people? who are going to get trimmed. I don't care. Now, is Laffy coming on, or is he's going to join the Fed? But David, you know, I'm not asking for an exact location. Just, are you Oregon, Idaho? Probably Idaho, I'd imagine. If you're due east, and Oregon's pretty big, but I think you'd cross into Idaho within 500 miles. Well, David Lee Rothschild got quiet. Yeah, that'll be entertaining. I'll keep going. If not, I'll kill it because, yeah, we need Laffy. We need Laffy. We can't carry this. Me and 24 can't carry this ourselves. Okay. It is fascinating. I'm glad I do these streams though, just for what I learn. It's like, wow, it's like seeing. You can say it's just the internet, bro, and that's true. But the one thing is, people that behave the same on the internet as they do in real life, but in real life you can't like catch it in the moment. Here you can actually see it and go back and say, oh, look here, or I couldn't see this comment, or this guy said he'd come on but he wouldn't, or this guy raised a question that wouldn't answer. It's fascinating seeing how you people behave in real life. And I'm a Spurg, and I just can't handle this. Like I was telling my shrink over here, guy, I got to embrace my Spurg. I'm getting tired of this shit. So I'll give you guys a minute to think. I'm probably going to get off. I wanted to go to the hour mark. Hold on. You can come on briefly, but I wanted Laffy and drop a pin. How you doing? So you're 24 hours. Is that correct?
That is right. You are correct.
And I know people
all. That is my name.
That's great. Now, I know you're an Australian. Can you tell us where? Not you don't have to give us an actual address, but can you tell us what part of Australia, a state or geographic part of Australia? Yeah. We know. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll give you the region and the state. So Australia's, this shows my education. About 8 states, 9 states. There's a few territories. I'm in Queens, Sunshine Coast.
So you're in Queensland on the Sunshine Coast. Because we got a guy, I don't know if you know him, Chris Dubbs, who's in Perth on the West Coast, and we've got, Donna and her fiance are living in Sydney, the Sydney area, about an hour south of Sydney. So we've got Australians from different parts. So you're from Queensland, okay?
Yes, and I know about DBF. He hates me. He hates me with a passion. He's from Concord, near Punchbowl in Sydney, so I know the areas here.
Okay. And why does he hate you so much? I don't know anything about you. Nice to meet you.
He kind of feeds into the rumors and he just runs with it, and he doesn't get to he doesn't want to have conversations. He doesn't want to have interactions. He doesn't want to have conflict. So he's kind of in his own little bubble. So it is what it is, and he makes his judgments and he runs with it, and he stands on those principles. So I don't respect it or respect it.
Nor do I. But do you want to share? What are some of these rumors? Can you share? Because I don't know anything about you. What are these horrible rumors? And he doesn't want to,
Yeah. No, there's just a rumor. Like the age of consent here is different.
Mm-hmm.
There's a rumor that I took the cookie from the cookie jar, and I went 1 year below the age of consent. And then there was a story, there was a clip, a drunken clip taken out of context. With, you know, things happen, you know, things, as a man, you can be raped as well. Oh, sorry to use a bad language.
No, it's okay.
You can be taken advantage
well,
as
that's
a
fine.
man, you know.
Right. Would you like to share your story?
And it was just all taken out of context, and it's just fun for them, you know, to use it. And they use it like a spear. They use it just again and again, you know. It's their trademark tactic. And it just becomes like a very repetitive thing, and I don't respect it, you know. I'm not proud of myself in a lot of things that I've done, but just to use it again and again, it just seems like these people have no ammunition.
Okay. Well, how old was the girl? Can we ask? I mean, what's the age of consent in Australia? I don't know anything about any of this. So
16.
Okay, so you were raped by a 15-year-old is what you're saying? I don't judge. Okay, I believe you. You were raped by a 15-year-old girl, you think?
Absolutely. I was given the wrong age. She told me she was 18.
Well, I wouldn't call that rape per se, but I understand. So you were lied to about, what her real age was.
Well, they're calling me a rapist, statutory rapist, when I was lied to.
Right. Now, I was thinking one time about some woman who wanted to have another kid, so she drugged her husband. She put a bunch of pills, sleeping pills, and Viagra, and he passed out with an erection, and she raped him that way because he was totally passed out. He didn't want any more kids. That I would call rape. When it's which is rare for a woman to rape a man, but I guess it could happen. So I thought something like that happened. You're saying you had sex with a 15-year-old girl who you thought was 18, and they won't let you live that down or anything.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about it because they got to live their life. I don't need to live down. I can live up, and they got to live their life,
Okay, I'm curious. How old were you at the time, and how old are you now? Go ahead.
I'm 31.
At the time, you were 31, or this is years ago?
No. At the time, I was 18. I was 18, 19, maybe 20.
Oh, wait. So you were also a teenager. So you were 18, 19, and she claimed she was your age, which was actually 15. They make it sound like this happened yesterday. You're saying this was over 10 years ago.
Yeah. So they.
Let me ask you, if it happened that long, because let me think, if you were 18, and you're 31. Well, this was 13 years ago. How do they even know about this? How is this still like? What, you've been on the internet for 13 years and they know all about you, or how is this?
These people have been on the internet just as long that I've been on the internet, and they're probably more active on the internet. I was active at one time, streaming, doing stunts, kind of like just a few channels of guys around my age, Java, Grid, just these type of guys, And I've, recently I've kind of, let that go. I don't watch these people anymore, and I do my own thing. I've changed my life around.
Well,
this was
look,
just
no, exactly. I don't know anything about you. All I can tell you is this: if you had sex with a 15-year-old and you're 18, whether it's right or wrong, it's not like you were 31 having sex with a 15-year-old. You were a teenager. She was a teenager. If that's the true story, then, I mean, there's worse. You make it sound like, a 50-year-old man molested an 8-year-old girl or something. So I guess there are different degrees and gradients. So I don't know anything about you or your backstory, but, it doesn't sound like this is what I would call
to everything. Yeah. If like, you're a logical thinker, so there's different degrees to everything. Different degrees to absolutely everything, different degrees to success, different degrees to failure, different degrees to almost everything. There's, Well,
because if they're calling you a pedophile, I mean, if you were still actively going after 15-year-old girls, I'd agree. If what you're saying is true, because I don't know anything about the story, your version is it was 13 years ago, you were 18, she was 15 and lied to you. That's not the same as you're in your 30s and still trying to go after 14-year-olds or whatever. So I do see different degrees here. If your story is true, yeah.
If I monkey branched as a male to her friends, I was very honest about that. I was very humble with that, like that.
So you're saying you had sex with other underage girls back then that you knew were underage? Is that where this is coming from? Or
I was very humble, but it's just as soon as you call them out for the things that they're doing right now, currently, that they bring up these old things. That's the thing, and I was humble. That's the only reason that I had a good time. for a few years. A few years. I had a good time for a few years, and then it went away, and I was,
Well,
a lonely.
okay. Well, no, all right, I'm getting curiosity. What were your ages during these few years? Like 18 to what?
Yeah. It was 18, and then it was 19, and then it was 20.
18, 19, 20. And how young were the girls when in this 3-year period?
15.
Oh,
They were all the
okay.
same age in the same. We're all the same age in the same school that I graduated from.
Well,
High
when you were
school, didn't
if you were 20, wouldn't they have been 17 by that point? Or
yeah, exactly. They were aging. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
or were some of them still 15?
I put so much, I was so ashamed that I was blaming myself for talking to them, having them on my Facebook account, even then. And these people like Coda was the worst, He was the one that got the clip out to Jasmine, and they just kind of, they went with the drama thing, and it was good content for them and got them some views.
Okay. So I guess what you're saying is when you were in your late teens, early 20s, you were fooling around with like teenage girls who were technically underage. Is that what I'm getting from? But were they all the same age, or like one was 15, you were 18, and then when you were 20, there was another younger girl who was 15. So we're trying to figure out the ages here.
I got invited around to be with the younger sister of the girl that he was dating, a bipolar buddy that I had. We weren't really buddies until we had that, brother-in-law thing, because there was supposed to be a marriage involved. It wasn't just a hookup thing. It was like it was a serious ordeal, a serious affair.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. The serious affair. How old was she? How old were you?
Like I said, the first one was 15.
Was it the first? Are we talking about? I'm sorry. Are we talking about the first one, or which was the serious one?
I was probably 18. I didn't even have ID. I got ID when I was living with her family, her mother and her stepfather.
So you were actually. Wait, you're telling me the family actually let you live with their 15-year-old daughter? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. It was a dysfunctional situation.
No, that changes. It kind of changes things. I'm not saying I agree with the parents, but all right, it puts a little different spin on it. But okay.
Yeah, the mother was a foster mother. She worked in juvenile justice as a guard, female guard. Kind of calmed down the boys when they see a female there, kind of thing. It's just what it is. I had a stepfather there. He was a good guy. Taught me how to ride a motorbike. Kind of the things that my father didn't do. He was pushing me to be a lawyer or a doctor, and it just wasn't in the books for me. I was off task at school.
Okay.
I was quiet. I didn't find a way, I just found ways to mess it all up. So I just decided that this is how I'm going to get some satisfaction out of life, and I didn't know. She said that she was 18. She said that I swear by, that's up
that's fine. I'm curious though, just for curiosity. Did her these people she lived with? These were her foster parents? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, big family. Yeah, big family. Of 5, family of 5. A big family.
None of them ever said, "Oh, how old are you? How old is she?" Like it never came up. She was 15. I mean, none of the family members said. You know what I mean? Like she lied to you, but I mean, if you were in school, she was in a different grade or different level. Like,
look, there was a big thing that happened, which was a pregnancy that was aborted, and then after that, there was some disputes and there was some conflict.
Yeah, but I mean, while you were living there, it makes it sound like you were allowed to live there. Was this after you knew she was 15 or before? Or,
I was a good tenant. This was. Oh, we're both aging. Like I said, I was definitely only just 18. I hadn't even got my photo identification. I didn't have a driver's license, so I needed a photo identification to get cigarettes and beer. So I was definitely around that time, and she might have had her 16th birthday. I don't remember if she had a big birthday.
And with the abortion, that was your idea, her idea? I'm sorry, there's a delay. The abortion, whose idea was that? Yours, hers, both of yours? Or
that was my father's.
Okay.
He
You're a fa-
stepped in. I had no say. She had no say. He actually picked her up and just drove her, just said that we're going somewhere and took her right to the clinic a few hours away because there's not many clinics over here in Australia, you know, and it's a wide place, you know, vast place. So, yeah, he kind of did that. Didn't tell me, didn't tell her. Had a talk, serious talk, and, you know, kind of manipulated it. Yeah, it
but,
was
but
what it was, and it was good.
but I mean, this was your father. Your father.
Yeah, my father.
But at the time, you weren't living with him. You were living with her and her foster parents.
Uh, no, I think actually the relationship continued after that. She was devastated, but it continued after that. And then we moved. I moved with her. And then I moved back just to, you know, spend time with my family. It was long distance. She was kind of, you know, she started to play around on me. She was changing the Facebook. We shared Facebook passwords. Suddenly her Facebook password would change and things like that. And I knew the deal. She'd done it to me one time before in this 2.5 year relationship, which is not a long time, you know. 2 years is not a long time, is it, OC? Not a long time. And if,
Right. Okay, but I'm trying to still figure out from the age. She was 15 when you got her pregnant. How old was she when your father took her to the abortion clinic?
no, she was 15 when I got with her.
Okay.
It took me, I wasn't that fertile. She was probably fertile, but I wasn't that fertile. Just, you know, it is what it is, naturally.
Okay. But then how long was
So,
it from the time, right, you started dating her to the time she became, till she fell pregnant?
geez, what did I say? 1.5 years. 1 year, 6 months. I
So by the
don't
time
track these.
right, by the time she got pregnant, she was already 16, 17 is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now, is your name PJ? Because she's claiming, I don't know. She's saying this. Jasmine says that you're lying. Are you PJ? Who's PJ?
When Jasmine come up here and Laffy come up here. Oh, Laffy. Let's get it going. Let's get it popping.
Oh, I'd love for you. I'm glad you came on. Yeah, that was part of it. We're getting to know you. I've never met you before. I'm getting to hear your tale. Yeah, Laffy or someone was supposed to come on. But yeah, no, this is entertainment. But yeah,
Jasmine doesn't know anything about when the insemination happened. She knows nothing.
okay.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
so
I have no idea. I have no idea who's going to be. But when did you start fooling around with your girlfriend's friends? Because you said they were also 15-ish. Like when, that was like around the same time or after?
yeah, it was after they kind of were waiting for me to get out of that relationship. So they were messaging me, you know. I wasn't pursuing them. So
Right, but I mean, but were they all the same age or some of her friends a little younger? Because if she was now 16, 17, they'd also be 16, 17. Were some of them still 14, 15, or they're all different ages? Or
I'd say 15. I'd say 15.
okay.
I'd say 15. Oh, there may have been a 14-year-old, but they were always lying about their age every single time. I never got a real age because I would have said no.
But one thing I understand is if you went to the same school, wouldn't they be in a different, I don't know what you call it, a grade or a level? Wouldn't they be in a different year than you? I mean, wouldn't you know, okay, I'm in my final year, they're 2 or 3 years younger. Wouldn't you know, like based upon what grade or whatever you call it they were in?
Yeah, they all went to the same school, and I had just recently graduated.
Okay.
And I was friends with the girl that I was originally with, my first girlfriend. His sister's boyfriend. His name was Justin. So that was my connection. He called me up for, you know, to have a little party, and I came there, and I didn't even know the intentions, you know, that there was a younger girl there that wanted, you know, wanted to dump her boyfriend.
Right. So Justin, his girlfriend, had a younger sister who was this
Distance.
girl. Right. And why did Justin bring you into this? Why did Justin think it would be
sister? It was girlfriend sister.
Okay.
Girlfriend sister. Yeah. She was older, you know, she was older. So, and it just kind of went on from then. It was she was dysfunctional, like I said. Like that night, I'm not even sure if she slept with another man that night before me.
This
It might
15-year-old
have been
girl.
my best.
Right. No, man, okay.
Yeah.
But it could have been your best friend Justin, so he was also fooling around with the sister. Is that what you're saying, Justin?
I think so. Yeah, well, there was this game that we played called Soggy Sanger. The Sanger is a biscuit over here, a very dry biscuit with no flavor, and we both came on it, and she ate it as a whatever. Yeah. So there was a lot of things going on. And she alluded to it later in the relationship that those things were going on before I was in the picture.
Oh, and someone asked, was she an abo? This is an abo girl? Was that?
No, she was white girl.
And are you guys? White, you consider yourself? Okay, but you guys, you would call bogans, or that's I don't know the term. Bogan, is that what you guys would say you are, or I don't know what a bogan is.
Italian.
A what?
That's what I identify as Italian.
No, I mean that's great. I mean, isn't there an Australian slang term called a bogan? Am I using the term right? A bogan?
Yes. Yeah. Which would be a southerner.
A southerner.
A southerner that lives in not southern conditions. I'm sure there's beautiful places in Houston, beautiful places in Dallas, beautiful places in the Midwest.
Well, you're talking about you're talking about the American South. I thought bogan was an Australian term. I thought it meant like kind of like trashy or
a redneck. Same thing. That's
okay.
That's what I'm saying. Same thing as a redneck. Yeah, I would definitely.
Okay, cool.
And having an accent, like, is a big part of it.
Bogans have a unique accent.
Like yeah.
Great.
Yeah, it's like if you meet a city slicker like from Sydney, they're going to speak similar to proper English, proper Queen's English or American English. Like a lot of Americans can't even understand British people unless they're like a very high class elite. So it is what it is. I would consider myself a bogan. I participated in bogan activities.
So I'm sorry, you don't consider yourself a bogan, or you do? You do or
but
don't?
I don't. I would. 1,000,000%.
Okay. Well, was Laffy going to come on?
You got to take pride.
Pride, right?
Go on, Laffy. I want to see this.
I was going to ask if Laffy, because I thought it'd be interesting to see the two of you guys talk, or if anyone else wants to talk. It was interesting. It's nice to meet you, 24. I don't think we've met before, so thank you for coming on. You breathed a little life into this stream, which was about to end. So cool. But we've met 24. Does anyone want to talk to 24?
No, yeah, well, I just don't think anyone else is going to come up. No one ever, because they're scared. They got no balls. They're cowardly. They've got nothing to say, really. And that's just what it is.
And so what's that you got there?
It's a rolling. It's rolling tobacco.
Oh, it's rolling tobacco.
Oh, okay. Yes. Sir. What a bogan would do. I see your vape. Shout out to the vapors.
Had to sneeze again. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Is Laffy going to come up? If you see the comments, is he?
Apparently not. If you want to talk to Alfred or one of these others, yeah, because I thought Laffy would come on. I'm glad you came on. I don't know what Laffy's problem is, but yeah.
Tell Jasmine to come on. She wants to talk shit in the comments. Like, come here and talk shit. Oh, yeah, there's always an excuse. Run as fast as you can. Can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man all day long. Well, I've got another channel to be on a big popular boxing channel. So salute to everybody that don't want to come on.
What you said DBF doesn't like you. Do you go on his channel a lot or his chat a lot, or how do you come up a lot with DBF?
He just will not. Like, I can just come up on any other, like, he will have trolls trolling him, and then them trolls get associated to me. He's just that paranoid about me. I did say one time about a conference, it wasn't serious. He was just being such a prick, such an asshole, that I did say something that could have got him scared, but it's just the internet, man. It's like, we were close. I lived at that point in Sydney, in New South Wales, not in Queensland. Like, I'm on a world tour. I'm on a national tour. I wish I could get a passport and come to America. I want to come to New York just to piss and shit on the subway. Join the culture.
Okay.
And I'll probably be the bogan on Skid Row in California. It'd be all good, you know.
So, but you're going. What are you doing going around Australia now? You're living different places in Australia, or
working at a post office, man.
No, but you said you're on you said national tour. You go around, you move around different places, or?
Yeah, well, I never thought I was ever going to leave my hometown. I moved, like, with that girl, like I said, to like a town that's not even worth mentioning. But then I've went from Dubbo, which is a small city, popular for a zoo, for having a big zoo. And then I went to Penrith, which is in the western suburbs of Sydney. It's popular now for its sporting team, having a dynasty. But then I moved to Sunshine Coast, Queensland now. And it, you know, it's
where someone would like to come on. I'll bring them on. Someone wants to come on. This is supposedly Jasmine. I'm not sure. Hello. I don't know who this is, but I know Jasmine. I don't know much about her either. She's from New Zealand. Do you know Jasmine or what? Hello?
Why do you need your earphones? You live alone. Take the earphones out.
I thought this would be interesting. We're getting some new blood. I said we need some new blood on this stream, on these panels. So, all right. Jasmine's not talking for some reason, or whoever this is. This is someone pretending to be Jasmine. Hello.
Oh, yeah. Long screen. I thought we had 4 people.
Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Sure. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Now, real quick, you're from New
How
Zealand.
How are you guys?
I'm good. You're from New Zealand. Am I correct? New Zealand?
Yes. Yes.
Which island?
Right.
I forget which island you're from. You're from one and Jared's from the other. You're from which island?
Samoa.
I'm from the South Island. He's from the North Island.
Okay, and you're going to eventually move in together on the South Island somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you came on.
He's going to move in with me next year.
Okay, that sounds nice. No, I always like meeting new people, new blood. We haven't had new blood in a while, so it's nice to meet. You've never been on, and 24's never been on. But you guys know each other.
Nice to meet you too.
All right. But I mean, you two have a history.
PJ hates me because I call him out.
Okay, well, go ahead. He told us his story.
I hate PJ.
Okay, you guys go ahead.
Calling me out. You want to leave me alone? Keep my name out your mouth.
PJ is a fucking cunt. He's had multiple abuse charges against him because he dates women that are mentally unstable and physically unstable. People with special needs, he dates them and then abuses them. He's also talked on his channel about how he got sucked off in front of a 6-year-old. He also got an underage chick pregnant, and police were investigating it as well. PJ, out of all the stories you were telling just before, you didn't talk about the pimp beating you up, and you didn't talk about the hot dog throwing. The best stories, the best stories. You didn't talk about the pimp beating you up or the hot dog throwing.
Who cares about, like, that was entertainment. That was.
They were the best.
That was just.
They were the best.
That was. And yeah,
they were the best stories. It was so funny.
was that I was investigated, and then the charges were dismissed. So there you go.
You still were
harder.
investigated for it. You still were investigated for it.
Their family had the stamp of
PJ,
approval.
I wouldn't be promoting that to people.
Family.
It doesn't look good, buddy.
No, I'm sorry.
It doesn't look good, hun.
Just get over it, because you
Well,
were
no.
abused.
Well,
She was abused.
But I'm sorry.
PJ, I have been abused.
You got to get
I
over
have
it.
personally been abused, and I've talked about it. Yeah,
I
but
was taking
PJ, what
advantage
you
of-
don't understand, PJ, what you don't understand is you abuse people, and that can
I was
traumatize their life for a whole time.
the age.
PJ, you have had how many abuse charges have you had against you?
Not many. Not many.
You
How
do
many
realize I still talk to you. PJ, you realize I still talk to your ex, eh?
Women are so scared that they just don't commit anything, you know?
Can I ask why you go for mentally challenged people then? And why you tend to every girlfriend you've had always ends up in bruises, covered in bruises? The last two girlfriends you've had, PJ, the last two girlfriends you've had have put a police report against you because you've beat them up.
No, the other, like, there was no police. Yeah.
You're worse than an incel. You're worse than an incel.
Not really. Not really.
Well, I want to say
A lot of incels don't beat up shit.
okay. I'm fairly neutral on all this. I don't know anything about you. My question: Jasmine said that one of the police were investigating when you knocked up a impregnated an underage girl. Was that the same girl, the 15-year-old, or was it different? How many? Were we talking about?
So
It was after the pregnancy. That's when the family kind of they didn't
he claims he was.
want their daughter pregnant because they were using her as like a slave to like clean the house. There's probably a fairy
You don't
tale
need to get a chick pregnant for that.
used up like that, and I was there to help her.
You don't need to get a girl pregnant because of that. It was still PJ. PJ. She was still underage, and you got her knocked up. You had sex with her.
I don't even think she was at that stage because I tried for like she was trying. I didn't try. She wanted the child. I was trying, and I was infertile. So she was probably like almost 16.
PJ.
So
You still had sex with her, and she was underage. She was underage at the time.
16.
It doesn't matter,
It was my
PJ. It's
first
still gross.
time that I didn't ask.
You
for
technically,
ID. You wouldn't-
she was underage, PJ. She was underage. You technically raped and sexually assaulted that chick and got her knocked up.
No, she told me.
Whether
in
she
front
agreed,
of her
whether
brother-in-law,
PJ.
her sister and her sister, that she was.
PJ, you
18.
don't understand the law. PJ, you don't understand the law. If she's underage and still gives consent, it's still classified as grape. I'm saying grape because I don't want to get OC's channel striked, but it's grape.
Carrying feminist at a rally at the.
No, I just don't like people that beat up people.
I'm neutral. I don't know anything about anything. But so wait, when she got pregnant, she was 16. But you're saying that's still considered underage? I thought
He's lying.
She was 15.
He's lying about the age. He's lying about the age. She was underaged.
Younger and younger. And
He said it on multiple live streams on his own channel. He's now lying about the age because he's been caught for multiple things.
That's right. And then
OC, I
when she lied.
filed a police report against PJ.
Well, why would you're in New Zealand? He's in Australia. Why would you file a police report? So why would, if you're in a different country, why did you file a police report?
Because I had evidence and proof of him beating up this chick where she had bruises all across her arms, and he was on a live stream of mine, and during the live stream he beat her up.
Oh, so you're saying this occurred? Well, first, okay. So this occurred on your live stream. So I guess you felt some.
This occurred.
Right.
So she got beaten up. She got beaten up multiple times prior to this, and this is not a typical chick. This is a chick that is mentally, how how do I say it? Mentally unwell, but not like depression, etc. This is someone that is, I don't want to say mentally disabled, but along those lines. Like even her family members said that her like brain/reading level is that of like an 8-year-old, and she was like 30 something.
Well, then why was she allowed? Were they boyfriend girlfriend? Why would someone that mentally disabled be allowed to date in the first place? I don't understand that.
PJ was using her for money and a free place to stay.
And you're saying
Just like he does.
Well,
He got drunk and got aggressive, and he constantly beat her up. And then I had a live stream one day, and it's on my channel if you want to look at it yourself. I had a live one.
PJ, you can speak your piece in a minute. We do one at a time. Let Jasmine talk, then you can come on and speak your piece. Okay, so you're saying what he...
Thank you, OC.
Right.
So I had a live stream one day, and it's still on my channel, where I was asking him questions about an assault case that he was going to court for. And I was asking him questions for it. He was an idiot and also sent me all the paperwork for it. So I was reading it back to him, asking him questions about it. He got in an argument during the live stream with his girlfriend and beat her up. Admits on another live stream that I did with him that he beat the shit out of her. Because of that, I know people that are in the police. So I had a wee chat with them and asked if there's anything they could do, and they passed it on. It was just before his court case.
All right, well, let's get PJ's side. Go ahead, PJ.
So let's go, OC. So was this a live stream, Jasmine, or was this a Discord secret private?
Nah, this was a live stream.
No,
this was a live stream. Coda was even on it.
Present it to me as.
Was this on YouTube? Let's start with that. Was this a YouTube live stream? Where was this stream? Let's start with that.
It's on my channel. It's called PJ the Aussie Idiot.
Not know.
It's called PJ the Aussie Idiot. I'd link it, but I'm not a mod on your channel, OC.
It was a total setup. And by the way, it's like everything. What else did you say that I did? I beat them all up, beat them up every time. They were giving me money.
Well,
so how good am I that I'm beating them all up and they keep giving me money? If you're saying that's and giving me a place to stay.
PJ, just because you're getting money from someone does not mean beating a chick up to the point where they're black and blue is okay.
It was a wrestle.
It's abuse. It's abuse. It wasn't. On that live stream alone, you said that you got angry and you beat the shit out of her because she wasn't listening to you.
No, see, this is what women do. This is what a feminist will do to men. And, like, this woman's like a fucking funnel web spider. She's like a fucking...
I'm going to be honest, OC, I'm going to be honest. I personally would delete this live stream just because I don't want your channel to get in trouble for it because of the context that this is going.
I'm a neutral, both of you. I'm a neutral observer. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm curious though, when you say he beat her up on your live stream, was there actual video of this, or was it like audio, or was it off on the side? I'm curious if you actually see what you're claiming, Jasmine. Did you actually see someone physically assault someone on a stream, or what do you say, 24 hours?
It's audio. You can hear it.
What happened?
He's posted Discord photos boasting about how much he turned his girlfriend black and blue.
I took her Apple earbuds. I took her prized possession, her Apple earbuds, because she was just ignoring me. And I was triggered. But I just took it out of her ears, and
There's no need for that, PJ.
She thought that I was going to stomp on him or fly.
Well, I agree with both of you. I agree, Jasmine, there's no need for that. But there's a difference. Even though there's no need for it, there's a difference between pulling earbuds out versus beating someone up. Are you saying he actually physically assaulted her? Because if it was just the earbuds, I don't know if that's the same as beating someone up. You know what I mean? I'm trying to understand what happened here.
It was a wrestle. It was a bit of push and shove.
No, it wasn't, PJ. PJ, no, it wasn't. She was asking you why you were on call with me with another girl. She got upset and insecure, and then you took your anger out on her because she wasn't listening to you.
It was very low because she was an alcoholic, and I was trying to help her with her alcohol.
PJ, you're an alcoholic.
Yeah, if you could even, she was 20
in
times.
fairness to everybody watching, I am too. I won't deny it, but okay, back.
I was trying to help her, you know. I was doing all her fucking paperwork.
PJ, beating up someone, no matter if you're doing paperwork or what, is not helping them.
I was helping her do a superannuation so she could get money out for Botox from a 401k, 405k.
PJ, you don't know anything. PJ,
No, you don't know nothing
you don't know
about
anything. You don't know anything about finances. You don't know anything about getting a place on your own. You cry and fucking beg mummy for money. You cry and beg your exes for money.
I ain't beg no one. I work every day. Fuck.
So you're not living in a house. So you're not living in a house that your mum owns, or she has organised rent for you.
No. I pay.
Are you
my
sure
rent
about that?
every day?
Yeah, but did she find that house for you, or does she own it?
What house? No, I'm not. I'm not
The
with
place
my
that you're
mum.
staying in.
I'm in Queensland. My
The
mum's
place that
in.
you're staying in.
My mum's in Penrith. I'm in Queensland.
Also, PJ, answer me this. You say your father is huge inspiration to you. You've also stated that he's a pedo and you're not a pedo. Is that true?
No, I just said that my dad.
Because
would
you've stated many times that he's a pedo and you're a pedo and he's an inspiration for you.
OC, this is what I'm getting judged with. My father would drive and he'd see a young girl and he'd turn and look out the window and he'd make a comment. Maybe about her legs.
PJ, you're the one, and I've got that video on my live stream.
I'm going to cut you both off just real quick. I'm really not, like I said, 24 hours, the other day, I went to Hacker's stream, because Hacker had come to mind. I thought he returned the favor. I just met 24 hours. Jasmine, we've met a few times here and there. You've never come on. You're both basically new to me. I don't know anything about any of this, so I'm just, okay, each speak your mind and tell your side. Okay, so 24 Hours says his father used to look at teenagers on the street and say, good looking girl. Jasmine, you're saying that no, the father was an active pedophile and you think he inherited that gene. Okay, I'm trying to be the arbiter here. Okay.
Yeah, but to get Jasmine to understand kind of like the subtleties of things that go on, I probably said that. Does that make him one? Because if you're
No, you've said, PJ, you've said that yourself on a live stream. You've said it yourself, and I've even got that clipped on my channel. And I was wondering if that was legitimately true, or are you lying again? Because that doesn't put a good picture on.
Did I beat her up? Did I beat her up, or did she like try to attack me after I took her earphones and she got triggered because that was her earphones? What happened?
First of all, the photo that you boasted about on Discord. You showed her black and blue and said, look at this chick. You boasted about it, and she's literally bruised on her arm. Then I did the live stream, and you can literally hear in the background you getting physical with her, and then you literally claimed later, after I posted that live stream, that you beat the shit out of her because she was pissing you off.
Gaslighting me, so I took your call. Normally, I wouldn't have took a female's call.
There's no excuse, PJ. You need to sort out your anger management issues. You need to get your head out of your ass and stop drinking.
You don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me what to do.
I'm gonna leave. PJ, shut up. You're a fucking cunt. Shut up.
Shut your fucking mouth. You shut your fucking fat mouth, cunt.
Well, let me ask you this before you go bye-bye.
I am going to... Sorry, OC. I'm going to leave because Jared's about to call me. But I just want to say thank you, OC, for having me on.
Answer me this, at least. I'm curious.
Okay.
How long ago was this whole thing where he beat up the mentally retarded woman?
Oh, like last year, start of this year?
So you're saying
and it's not just one...
Right.
It's not just one case. He's got a whole file of them.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on. I don't think we've ever spoken before. Thank you for joining me on my panel.
I want to say thank you, OC, for having me on. I'd love to come another time if you want me on.
Sure.
I also want to say this isn't just towards PJ. I would do this to anyone that beats up anyone. I do not like abuse or stand for anything like abuse and pedo. And I'm sorry I ruined your live stream, OC, but don't get involved in PJ. He's a retard.
Well, one thing before you go, last thing, you want to say
thank you.
goodbye to PJ, and vice versa. You say your goodbyes. Let you do your thing, and you can get off when you feel like it. Go.
PJ, you're a fucking cunt, and if you were on the side of the street, I'd run you over happily.
Yeah.
I fucking hate you, mate. I fucking hate you.
The health's going good. Hope the health's going good. Keep yourself healthy. Just keep yourself healthy. Don't drink. Don't drink, Jasmine. It won't help you.
Thanks, PJ.
Keep talking about me. Keep talking about me. Like Grid. So sad.
I will keep talking about you, PJ, because you don't learn. You constantly do the same shit over and over again. You don't learn.
Learn what? I didn't learn nothing.
You
I
haven't
learned
grown
that-
up.
Look.
You're a
This is what
delusional
women-
cunt.
I feel sorry for Jared dealing with a woman like you. Such a snake in the grass, you know.
Jared can handle himself. That's why I'm with him. Yeah, I'm a crazy bitch, but he can handle me. Who cares?
Good on yous. I hope you just keep my name
He's
out.
more of a man than you will ever be, PJ. He's more of a man than you will ever be.
Keep my name out your mouth. You can talk about another person. You can do your drama. You just drama.
Why? This isn't drama though, PJ. It's facts. You beat someone up. Someone that is mentally unstable. Someone that's classified as retarded.
No, they weren't. You've got it mixed. I was with
Yes,
so
they
many-
were.
with so
PJ,
many-
PJ, I have talked to their family members and they have stated that. I've talked to their sister and they've stated that.
You did that. How did you get on the Australian police from another country? There's no proof of that. That's just
PJ,
all cap.
PJ,
You're all-
I have got proof. I have got proof. I've got statements as well. I talked to New Zealand police. New Zealand police passed it on to Australian police, and it was up to Australian police to then forward that on.
Sneakers, but you got friends in the FBI. Sure.
I didn't say I have friends in the FBI.
What an ego.
PJ, do better.
Grow up. Get older. Grow up. Realize life is what it is. This is just a young
Yeah.
girl, feminist, brainwashed.
Oh, thank you, PJ. That's so adorable.
Got abused by a KKK member. She was dating a KKK member that was watching fucking American History X and used to beat her up during that movie because she's a Maori. She's not even white. Yeah, it's like it's so sad.
First of all, PJ, if you're gonna say shit, at least get your facts straight. If you're gonna say shit, at least get your facts straight. Yeah, I dated someone that wanted to watch American History X. Cool. Have you actually watched the full video in the movie?
Is there any truth?
And no, he didn't beat me up.
Oh, you
I
didn't beat
want
me
to
up.
see about how you had to sue your own family to get your own house. I hate you. Your
But
own
yeah,
family.
I'm gonna go OC. I'm so sorry, but have a lovely night. And I'm sorry if I ruined your stream. Just PJ fucks me off. He's a delusional cunt that won't grow up and deserves to be 6 feet under. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, well, thank
Have
you.
a good night, everyone. Have a good night. Bye.
Thank you for joining. All right, now 24 hours. Jasmine's gone now, so I'm curious because I don't know. I know her as well as I know you. What's your side? You're saying she had a Nazi boyfriend who beat her up and she had to sue her family. What's your side? Because she says that you were. Oh, well, first, what is she talking about? You allegedly beat up a retarded woman you were dating a year ago or so. Is there any truth to that, or was she mentally retarded, or what happened?
No, she was not mentally retarded. She was never diagnosed with anything. She had a schizophrenic father, right? And then the girl before that, yeah, there was a situation, yeah, right? There was another woman named Susan. That yeah, it was a bit of a situation, and there was a porn video.
You were in
And
that
yeah.
porn video, or you were in that
I was in-
video?
Well, it wasn't much of me. There wasn't much of me. It was just me and my my little Corey, my pecker, and her face, blowjob
how old-
video.
How old was Susan? She was old enough for.
Oh, very much old enough, and she wasn't. She didn't have all her faculties. Yeah. So, but she was
Okay.
like, I was pretty much her carer. I was a legal carer. you know, under the law.
Did you beat up Susan, the pornograph?
No. There was just one thing where I thought that she was more capable, that she wasn't gonna, like, her pain threshold was very low. I found out at that time, and then I think cops came, but there was no charges laid, and then there was just this thing about the phone video, you know,
but that was Susan. Jasmine said it was the following girlfriend. So you had a tiff with Susan, who was mentally retarded.
She didn't talk to any of her family. She didn't talk.
No, but who's her? I'm sorry. Are we talking about Susan? Which girl is Jasmine talking about? Susan or somebody else? Who's Jasmine talking about?
He's talking about someone else, man.
So, okay, Susan was mentally retarded. How come Jasmine is saying this other girl was mentally retarded? I mean, I don't, you know.
Because that's just how they want to frame you. They just want to frame you in a bad light, keep you, you know.
Can you tell us the name or make up a name? Who was the girl that Jasmine's talking about? We'll call her Sally. Okay, Sally. So yeah, Sally was not mentally retarded. So Jasmine is talking about Sally, but Sally's not the mental one, right? You're saying Susan was mentally retarded. So why is Jasmine saying Sally was the retarded one? I'm trying to follow.
Because she's just joining she joined my, you know, like my drama show, you know. I had a big drama show on. I was a bit like out, you know, I had no, my rudder wasn't right. I had no direction. So she joined late, and then she decided to kind of pick up on the old drama that other people were telling her about. And she was just, you know, gathering.
Well, I mean, she says she has her evidence. She can share it. I don't care. But now, why don't you tell me, okay, what do you know about Jasmine then? Because I'm not taking sides here. This is all new to me. You're saying Jasmine had a Nazi boyfriend who beat her up and then sued the parents, or what? You can tell. Why don't you speak your piece for a few minutes? I'll come back. I can grab a beer. Speak your piece.
Exactly. So obviously she's a hard person to get along with. Her family couldn't put up with her, and like they didn't want to give her the house, and she thought that she was, you know, owed that, and that was her property. So she sued her family. She's dated many guys that just weren't right for her, that were out of her league, and just used her as a slimy hole to put their Johnson in. And now she's a true sign-holding feminist out there on Figueroa Road, you know, just out there on the streets, and you know, she just has that mentality, and she doesn't believe that she does, because there is a side to her that doesn't hate men, right? But there's a side to her that's very, very, very evil. I just think she's a naturally evil person, you know? And she's just got a big ego, and she just sells sneakers at a store, and she like tries to brag about getting headhunted for other companies and shit like that. And like, none of that matters. All that doesn't matter. She's got health issues and like things like that. She's on death row pretty much. And that's probably not even real, you know. That's just more sympathy. That she uses. But obviously she's got a problem, and she won't stop bringing me up. Like, why bring me up all the time when I don't talk to her? Like, when she's in chat, I won't talk to her.
Well, I mean, who's chat? You're new here. You mean other people's streams or what?
Not many, OC, actually. Not many. I'm trying to find a new stream.
Right. So that's my question. How often does Jasmine appear in streams you're in? I mean, you guys cross paths a lot?
Yeah, quite regularly. She hasn't been as active as she normally would be. She's got a boyfriend right now.
Okay.
She's got a boyfriend right now, and they're kind of working out their longer distance issues. She's got the home that she got through this legal battle.
Why don't you tell us about that? That's interesting, because she told us about you. What would you like to tell us about her? What's this legal battle?
She just lets out a few things, you know. She really keeps her you know, her problems to herself. You know, she doesn't really come out there and like let it all loose.
Right, but she sued her parents for the house. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you share what you do know? I'm curious. She sued the parents for the house, or what's that about?
Yeah, I'm wondering what this was about. But obviously, she said that she hated her family. She hates her family. She just hates her family. I would never say something like that. I love my family. My family loves me. My family will support me to the end of the earth because I'll stick up for them and I help them because I'm useful. She's not useful. All she can do is sell sneakers in a fucking mall. That's all she can do.
Okay. All right. Well,
And
cool.
she should
That's
come
it.
up. Come back up. She should come back up.
Well, she said she's talking to her boyfriend right now, so I think she's done for now. But I'd love to have her and you back on. You guys can talk again or individually. It's been interesting.
I want to get Laffy up here. Just more people, more.
Well,
people.
No. Before I go, I'm glad. Thank you for coming on because I needed some new blood, and you came on, which in turn got Jasmine to come on. Jasmine's never come before.
I'm the
It's
bait.
nice.
I'm the bait. Trying to get the big fish. We will need Laffy to talk about his lifestyle.
I think our mutual friend, our mutual buddy here wants to say hello, so he can come on too if he wants. Our mutual buddy. It's DBF.
I want to say sorry to Matt Doom about like what I said. If DBF wants to come on, I'll say sorry about, and I wasn't serious at all about a confrontation.
Okay, well, man, let's turn to my Southern Hemisphere stream here. Yeah, why the hell not? The more the merrier, but it's up to him. But yeah, there's a link.
What's your thing with Dumb? Before we go, wind down. What's your thing with Dumb? What's your opinion? Him, Donna. I think you got a little bit of static just from moments.
Well, like I said, it's odd how I'm using something called StreamYard. In StreamYard, I could see Dumb's comments, but I couldn't see him on YouTube. I said, "What'd you do? Did he ban me again?" Probably. He's always up and down and up and down. So, yeah. So. I don't know what his problem is. You have to ask him what the problem is. It seems like there's always some problem out of nowhere. Then he comes back and pretends we're buddies, and there's another problem. So yeah, he's too all over the place. But I honestly don't know what the answer is with Dumb.
Are you one of them? You're allowed to have your opinion. Every man's allowed to have their opinion. You have the opinion that he shouldn't have gave up on America.
Well, right. No, I've always said I think he needed. He was the kind of person who wanted to have a wife or a woman, and he got that in Donna. But the trade-off was he had to go to a different country where you can't work. I think ideally, Dumb would have had both. He would have had a wife and a good job in America. Apparently, he can't have one. He had a good job in America. He gave it up to be with Donna, but it's like now he can't work because he's a foreigner in your country. He's looking for a bridging visa. So I think he can't seem to get both. It's a shame. He had a good job in America, but no woman. Now he's got the woman, but can't work because of the bridging visa. So I think he traded one for another. But I think if he could work, if you were allowed to work in your country, I think he'd be a lot happier because he's a worker bee. He needs to work. Yeah.
You don't seem like you're saying it just because you want to say it. Because
I'm saying because I know the guy. I met him once in real life. I know who he is, how he is. Yes, I know all this. Yes,
because you know about the visa situation. You're not an overzealous patriot. You're just saying it because you know a little bit more about the visa
right.
situation.
Oh yeah. People. Yeah, exactly. Yes, because of that. Yeah, like I said, Dumb wanted two things. He wanted a woman. He got that in Donna. I'm happy for them, but he also he needs to work. He needs to be a worker bee, and he can't have that. To have Donna, he's got to give up his ability to work because Australia has such stringent laws. That's my take on Dumb. So I think he traded one misery for another. Maybe in the long run it'll work out, but he hasn't found his happily ever after yet. One day when he can work, maybe he'll find it. Right now, yeah, that's my take on it. That's not an insult or criticism. It's just he can't work now. Yeah.
Maybe none of us will find a happily ever after. Maybe none of, but like truck drivers are needed over here. But the 100 points of ID seems to be a issue for him, which is the bare minimum. That's just bare minimum to get like benefits.
Yes. So
help Donna just having benefits coming in. So he's got to work it out and he's got to do it fast. So, and it's a lot of pressure to put on yourself in your like 40s, I just hope the best for him. I hope that because he's got to like wait a few years before they can do the marriage green card thing over here.
The partnership, the partnership visa and all that. Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like not like America where you get the green card. A Mexican, you can get a girl from fucking Puerto Rico and bang, she's an American citizen.
She doesn't
Right.
even have to know the presidents. Doesn't
Okay.
even have to
Cool.
know the fucking the amendments.
I've enjoyed having 24 hours on. And Jasmine, does anybody else want to come on and say hi to 24 hours? This is good. It's good to get some new, fresh blood, or people who haven't been on in a while. Does anyone want to say hello to 24? I was hoping Laffy would come on, but hey, at least we got Jasmine to come on. She was excited to talk to you. So yeah.
He lied. He's a lying, scared man.
What do you say, DBF? Although I'm not crazy, this is fascinating. This is my Southern Hemisphere stream. We talked to 24 hours and we talked to Jasmine. Oh, fascinating. I can't get any takers, man. No take. It'll be fascinating to see you talk to someone else. It's interesting.
Who do we have in the chat?
Oh, a bunch of your people. Your buddy DBF, your buddy Chris Dubs. I think Jasmine left. So yeah, and we also have, let's see, Laffy's still here. So it's Laffy, DBF, and I don't know if, do you know Chris Dubs or yeah?
Come on, Laffy. You've got a story to tell. Come on, Laffy. I'll defend you. OC's not going to go too hard on you.
Well, I can't go hard. I need all the facts. So I ask you. I ask Jasmine. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just trying to figure out.
OC, you might be busting his cherry. This might be his first ever public stream appearance.
Oh, you're talking about Laffy. Laffy's first extreme coming on. Yeah, possibly. Yeah. Well, no, we'll do it together. We'll both, just like when you were talking about that biscuit you shared. We'll both. Yeah.
Oh gosh, very very homoerotic with old Laffy.
Well, maybe that'll encourage him to come on even more. I mean, yeah. Oh well.
Zoomer. He's a Zoomer, right? Do you know that much about him? He's a Zoomer.
I think he's in his 20s from Oklahoma, the state of Oklahoma. That's about all I can tell you about Laffy.
Oh God! So he's from the south. He's from the south. Oklahoma. Wow, I wouldn't expect that. Okay. Oh well, it was really great being on OC. And,
likewise, thank you. Don't be a stranger. Feel free to come on again.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll be following content.
All right. Nice to meet you.
Peace out. See ya. Bye.
Peace. Okay, so we had Jasmine and we had 24 hours. PJ, I guess his name is, and it was nice. And it's actually perfect. I'm coming from the 2-hour mark. This is a good place to stop because I wanted to make it an hour. At the 40-minute mark, I said my first half. I was like, I can get off now. Then he wanted to come on, and then triggered Jasmine to come on. It was interesting. It's nice sometimes sitting back and just being the observer. We're at the 2-hour mark now, and if no one else wants to come on, I'll call it because I was actually planning. It was actually kind of funny. This stream was more like my earlier streams where randos would come on and talk about shit. I haven't had that in a long time. It's partly invigorating, but I was going to transition away from this into more videos or me reacting to my shrink while on stream. I was going to trim the fat, and I still want to do that. But this is I remember now. Oh yes, there is something exciting when you get new blood, when you get fresh blood. Nothing against some of these other people, but when I've talked to someone for like the fifth or sixth or seventh time, I like talking to you, man. But let's give someone else a turn, and it's nice when others step up to the plate. So is 24 hours a mental case? Maybe. Is Jasmine? Maybe. I don't know because I don't really know either of them. All I can tell you is it's nice to have new blood. So thank you. Because Jasmine has been around as a starlingette, but she's never come on. And like I said, I went to Hacker Lewis's stream because he came to mine. I thought to be polite. I went to his. He was getting drunk in his trailer. He seemed like a nice guy. Listened to some music. And 24 hours was in the chat, and somehow he ended up here. So thank you both. New blood. No, Laffy, I think before we try anything else, you should, in fact, before I cancel the stream, thank you 24 hours and thank you, Jasmine. Even if you guys don't get along and disagree and I don't know who's wrong and who's right, thank you both for coming on. Sincerely, thank you. Laffy, before I go, it's your turn. You can do voice only. Come on for 5 minutes. What are you afraid of? I'm going to ask you some question you can't answer, like, oh, what's your favorite color? Oh, I can't tell you that. My coworkers might know who I am. What's the problem, Laffy Love? Why is this mouse? Exactly. I'll call it in a minute. But yeah, thank you, 24. Thank you, Jasmine. Come on, Laffy. If those two could, I've never talked to either of them before. They're both brand new. In fact, Laffy, you've been coming around in my chat longer than either of them. Well, maybe Jasmine was here first, but she doesn't come around as often. You've been in my chats much more frequently than either of them, but they can come on. Why can't you? Look, man, we just had a nice chat with him and with Jasmine, and maybe they'll come on again and discuss it further. The verdict's still out. I don't really care. All right, we'll give you a minute. If not, I'm going to read a poem and end the stream. Okay, buddy, I'll give him a minute. Here, you've got exactly 60 seconds. All right, I'm not seeing anyone who wants to join. Laffy, what's going on? I give you a full 60 seconds to get your microphone up and ready. You're back in the bathtub? What's going on, buddy? What's going on? Well, why is this? I guess it's time to wind this down then. What was it? Be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Thank you, 24 Hours and Jasmine in New Zealand, for coming on my panel. Some new blood. And Laffy, really, seriously. I mean, for reals,